Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you happen to be watching this. Risco and Osaka coming at you with some more Binding and Isaac Afterbirth Plus. I gotta set everything up different because I'm on the camera today, and that's, you know, kind of terrifying. That's a terrifying thing. So give me a sec. Let me do the. Okay, it's on mute. We don't have the right. The. Why doesn't it ever have the LGBT tag? There you go. Do the thing, Twitch. Do the thing, Twitch. Excuse me. My voice is like, it's terrible, and wow, there's no good positioning for what we're trying to do. Oh, Kronos. Good evening, Kronos. It's wonderful to see you as always. I hope life is treating you very gently and very kindly. This is going to be the last stream for a while until we get things kind of figured out. So I figured we would do a meet space kind of stream, and I'm already terrified. Thursday, maybe. I got the call back from the realtor this morning while I was asleep, actually, and they were like, yeah, so the investigation or check or whatever went through no problem, so can you be here on April 1st? And I'm like, wow, April 1st, that's pretty soon. Very soon. I have to get the movers, and I've got to get the rental company to the recycling company to come, because I need the recycling company to take like my shit, and the movers also to take my shit and the shit that I'm not throwing away. So like there's a little bit of terror here, because you can't really tell by the video. Okay, buddy. You can't really tell by the video feed, but like I'm still only 3/4 of the way finished with all the things that I need to do. So, you know, that's kind of a problem. Moved 6 years ago, got boxes, still not unpacked. That's a mood. Des, that's a whole mood. I understand that feeling both on the leaving side and on the coming side. I'm pretty sure that there may be like a couple of boxes that I'm taking now that were never unpacked from when we moved the last time. Now, give me a bomb. I really do. See, the thing is that I need a bomb game. You want to be like a jerk about things, or not, but oh, you fucker! Oh, you absolute just you dirty dog! You complete dirty dog! I am not happy about that. That was bad damage. That was terrible damage, and it was damage on camera. And now I feel really embarrassed, because that was damage that no Isaac players should have taken. Just shameful. Oh, Mind Planet! It is so good to see you. I hope that you are very, very well tonight. Or, well, this afternoon? Morning? Because breakfast? I don't know. Like, I don't do breakfast, so when I do breakfast, it's usually, you know, like at noon? At best. Oh, fudge. Oh, buggery. Too many things. Moving over here, morning over here in the States. Sorry, I see every MO word and I just assume that it's moving because that's what I'm doing. Dog food. My 4-year-old keeps beating me at Wii Superstars Tennis, and I'm not going easy on him. Actually trying, then he comes and beats everyone pro. Oh, proceeds to trash talk me. Oh my god. Lucian is trash talking Dez? Lucian, if you're there with Dez, I don't know if you're there with Dez right now, but don't trash talk your mom. Because your mom's awesome. No trash talking allowed. We gotta deal with the devil. He told you you were poo? Oh my god, Dez, I can't. I just can't. I can't. Lucian, you are a wonderful child. I'm absolutely certain that you are a wonderful child, but you can't call your mom poo. Just can't. Just don't do that. Mind Planet, thank you so much for dropping by. You have a wonderful day yourself, and good luck with your class. Hopefully that it goes smoothly. I'm still kind of tilted by the fact that Lucian is calling Dez poo. I mean, Lucian, you can't. I can't stand by it. I've been sinking a bit of time in the Risk Rain 2 update. How is that, Kronos? I actually haven't played it yet. Is it smashing? I heard that Bandit was the class that got added, and Bandit is pretty cool, so... I mean, it's been a while, but I remember Bandit being pretty cool. It's so much better than I imagined. Ooh, nice. That is a thing that I like to hear. It's not on console yet. Well, I mean, it's probably going to be a while before we get to play it then. If we're going to be 100% honest. Also, Mystery Box was a get. Like, a super get. There's a lot of good in Mystery Box. Now, we want euthanasia. I mean, clearly, because the birth rate is really low here in Japan, so we definitely need more euthanasia. But, also the item euthanasia is something that we want. Get this black heart, and then just get the fudge out of Dodge, because this whole floor has been trash. I mean, I can't say that. I shouldn't say that, because the deal with the devil was fabulous. Honestly, 100% fabulous, but most everything else about this floor has been pretty garbage. They did mention that they have a few more staff behind the console port team to ensure they get the update a bit faster. That is really good to hear, Kronos. That makes me very happy. I like that they have not forgotten us. We'll do it. Yes. No, that maybe this might be very good, but it might also be trash. So there's that. I'm studiously trying to not look at the camera because I hate everything about the way that I look, but it's very hard. It's quite distracting. That's not what we needed. That was super not what we needed. What is this other pill? Trash. Okay. You know, trash is cool. We like trash. You are very fast, asshole. Des has started playing Streets of Rage 4 last night. Great fun. Turn on the retro setting. I really like Streets of Rage 4. It's... honestly, the last boss is trash tier. As a heads up, the last boss will be... depending on your level of skill. My level of skill is... okay-ish. Honestly, like, that's the best you could say, is it's okay-ish. I found the last boss to be just absolutely awful. And I have not yet beaten the last boss because of said awfulness. We really want Terracloth, by the way. But I did enjoy Streets of Rage 4 an awful lot. I think they did an excellent job at replicating that Sega Genesis feel. of the Streets of Rage series. Oh, I don't want that. That's trash. Oh, the LVP servers are back. No shit. They completely redesigned the final level. I actually want a chance at bookworms, so we're gonna grab that. Also, this is a chance to pick up some more black hearts, and we're big fans of those. So give me some black hearts. No, actually though, like, just give me the black hearts. No? No black hearts? Are they back? Haven't seen any news on that. I haven't either. But I don't have any reason to doubt Des, so... Give me 3 more effing coins. Oh, this is gonna be a problem. Because we could lose coins here, and that would suck. Give me the black hearts. No, okay, so there's 2 coins. We've only got 1 bomb. Oh, you fuckers. Oh, you absolute assholes. I need this money. I need... Just give me the money? That's a key. That's... I mean, I like keys, but that's not... Oh, fuck. Oh, buggery. No money? No, just... Fine? Be that way? Oh, you bastards. Oh, you absolute dogs. I cannot believe that you did this. Oh, you fuckers. Fine. Give me the belly button. See? Oh, shit. Store credit. Store fucking credit. I'm feeling a lot of things. I got a lot of things. Des says about Streets of Rage 4, I'm guessing. So much fun, died at a few bosses, and I left my husband on his own to carry me. Oops. That's a mood. That's a total mood.
Justice.
Of course, it's justice. Of course it's troll bumps. Chronos says, I think my favorite change they made for the update is that if you have Halcyon Seed, the Gold Titan will spawn and help you fight the final boss. Ooh. That's actually really cool. You know, I keep... hold on a second. I gotta pause this. Like, I don't... I wasn't liking the comb over. It just was not working for me, so, you know... Sometimes you have to, you gotta do something about that with the comb over, because it just doesn't work. My second favorite thing is they gave Captain a literal nuke attack. I like that. Because Captain is wonky. I do okay with Captain. But strictly, honestly, exactly okay. I'm not what you would call particularly good with Captain. Pokeball is shite. Thank you, Pokeball. You know, for being shite. I hate this room. Repentance is out in like 2 days. And I'm gonna be... Oh, fucking greed. Really, though? I'm gonna be just a little bit too late to buy it on Steam. And the pain in my heart... You do not understand the pain in my heart. There's so much pain. So much. Makes sense since Captain didn't have any inherent mobility skills. And speed is war. Yes, that's a really good way to put it. Oh, Black Lamb! Oh my god, my voice cracked. But, Black Lamb! It is so good to see you! I hope you're very well. I know that you said that, like, you kind of live in maybe poverty hours being the uni student and everything, but it's really good to see you. I am lost. I am so lost, and I hate everything about this. Where do I need to go? Just give me the exit. See, Curse of the Question Mark is the worst. It may possibly be the blurst. No one told me the Snyder Cut of Justice League was 4 hours. I mean, it was kind of a thing. I can understand how you might have missed that update, but yeah, that was... I remember in the lead up, there were a lot of people talking about the fact that it was, you know, giant. Genki desu! Ma. ちょっと元気ですよね。半分元気かな？元気っぽい？元気らしい？ Could you just give me the boss fight? I want to fight the boss. Henry Cavill's pecs make up for it, I guess. I mean, if that's what you're down for, Des, like if that's what you're looking for in a bloke, then yeah, I suppose. Honestly, and I was thinking about this last night, so the lead singer from Sponge, his name is Vinny, and he looks exactly like you would imagine somebody named Vinny would look. Like he's very lithe and kind of oily, and he kind of looks like a weasel with a gold tooth. I mean, he doesn't look like a weasel now, but at the time when I was listening to Sponge, he did have this very Weasley look, and I kind of thought to myself, I was like, you know, I'm not really into lads at all, but if I were into lads, that would be kind of my look. This is going to be the last stream before I move, which means that there's going to be a gap. Like, I don't know when I'm going to be able to stream again next, because I don't know how long it's going to take me to get the, why is this so staticky? How long it's going to take me to get the internet up and running. So that's why we're doing Isaac, because it's a very low-key, you know, game that I don't need to think about too much. And that's why we are doing Facecam, because I thought that this was kind of a special occasion, and I wanted to share it with folks. And when I get up to take my break, I can show you my very nice skirt that I have. It's very nice. I'm quite proud of it. Wait, can you not see me? My face should be on the camera. Maybe? I don't know. Like, I'm never sure what everybody can see, depending on what they are watching from. Oh, Hive! It is so good to see you, Hive. I hope that you are very, very well. Honestly, Black Lamb, that's the best I could hope for, is to not be noticed. This, I swear, the crackle here is killing me. Oh my gosh, Jilly! Jill, I have to ask a question, and it might be, I don't think it's a weird question, but it's a question. But it's mostly it's a memory thing, which I don't have. We're not doing Pop, because Pop is terrible. Unless it's Supernova. If Supernova goes Pop, then that's okay. Jill, am I totally imagining things that there was a restaurant in Milwaukee near to us that was called Louis D's? And was that restaurant, was it near the uni, or was it near, was it the one that burned down? That was close to, oh my god, nice. The Oriental and the Landmark? Because I had this very strong need to remember this thing today, and I have no idea why. I don't know why I needed to remember if this restaurant was a real restaurant or if it was just something that was like in a Nova textbook, but I felt very strongly about it. So, seeing as you're in Milwaukee... Oh my god, Ma Fisher's! Ma Fisher's was the one that was by Landmark. Okay. 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 I swear to dogs, I remember that there was a restaurant that was called Louis D's, and I just don't remember anything else. That's okay. Do not worry about it. 0% worry about it. I was hoping for some confirmation. Hive says, adjusted my meds and have been sleepy, which I suppose is better than exploding with anxiety and being sleepy. Yes, Hive. I'm very glad about your sleepiness because the other possibility is shite. And I would rather that you didn't have anxiety. I kind of figure like maybe I can just be the anxiety magnet. Kind of like a heat sink in Battletech. For everybody. That would honestly make me kind of happy. Oh, Sputtins! And for you! Hey, how's it going, yo? It is wonderful to see both of you. I hope that life is treating you very gently. I hope it's treating you very kindly. All of you, for the whole thing. 15th and Wells was the home of Louis D's. That was right up the street from where I used to live? Or down the street? One of those two. I kind of know. Yes, Hive, very much like a waist lock. And I would be, if that were the most I could aspire to, I would be happy with that legacy. I don't know why they say follow the zebra, Des. There's the... It's very random and very weird. The, whatchamacallit? Hello, whatchamacallit? The fortunes in the fortune machine are very random and very weird. I mean, you could have a zebra crossing. That's a... I mean, it's zebra-esque. Blacktooth. And, God, this crackle. Give me a second here. Puff on. Hold on a second here. My baffle puff. I didn't put it on. My P's and my B's are probably just exploding all over the place. It is so nice to have you here, Hive. This is gonna sound scratchy for like a couple seconds here. Baffle puff, please don't do this to me. I just got out of the goddamn shower because I was like, so like real trans hours here. I knew I was gonna be on camera today, and I was like, okay, your camera is shite, so people won't notice, but I want to shave as close to the stream as possible because the whole face thing, it's a lot for me, you know? I know folks say don't worry about it, and I know I shouldn't worry about it, but I do. It really gets on my nerves. So I was like, I'm gonna take the shower, because I shave in the shower. I'll take the shower as close to the stream as humanly possible. Turns out that didn't really work out so well. That wasn't, like, that really wasn't the jam, unfortunately. I'm honestly happier being tiny than not being tiny, guys. Because, like, this is a whole thing. I don't think we're probably not going to. This is probably not going to be a regular thing. I'm glad that I've trained myself to just look at the game and not, you know, the me. But even still, like, it's a little bit a lot. How do I cross the zebra? Well, I mean, okay, so first off, Black Lamb, what you want to do is you want to borrow money from the zebra. I don't know where you're going to find the zebra, but you want to borrow money from them. And then when the time comes to pay back the zebra, you say, fuck you, mate. I ain't paying you back. You're a zebra, and you ain't got no fucking thumbs. And then the zebra will be very angry and will probably call out a hit on you. The zebra's probably going to call out a hit on you, but you will have, in fact, crossed the zebra. And there you go. That's how that works. I feel like Hive and I were like getting to the same place, just from different directions. I'm not sure how I feel that my version was more absurd than Hive's version. But I still think I'm right. I mean, I think if you really want to cross a zebra, that's pretty much how you do it. I didn't even see that you were putting it down because I was trying not to look in the corner because then I would see me. But I am pleased. Deeply and utterly pleased. I feel like there was an old-timey gangster that might have been called the Zebra. But I might be misremembering that. I was doing... Actually, no, I do remember why. Because I was thinking about how fucked up Dick Tracy is. Okay, so for those of you who have taste and also aren't old, Dick Tracy was a newspaper comic that ran from the 1940s until maybe the 1970s. I'm not sure when it ended. Dick Tracy was a police detective, and he had a rather interesting set of villains who were all weird looking and ergo awesome. I'm afraid that that's just the case, except for the villains that were Nazis, because Dick Tracy was running through the World War II, and you know, fighting Nazi spies was a big thing that Dick Tracy did. I do support him on that, even though he's a fucking cop. But still, moving on. And I remembered when the movie came out. This was in 1990, and the movie came out in 1990, and they reprinted a bunch of the Dick Tracy comics in like combined form, pretty big, chunky graphic novel form. And Dick Tracy fights this dude called 88 Keys. 88 Keys is a piano player, but is also maybe a murderer. I don't think he's a Nazi spy, because the Nazi spy was the Brow. The Brow had a big forebrow, like a really chunky forebrow going on. 88 Keys was really slick looking, and he played piano because pianos have 88 keys. And Dick Tracy just straight up fucking murders this dude. Like, just no remorse. See, there's a chase, and 88 Keys is hiding in like this railroad shed, like a little tiny one person railroad shed, and Dick Tracy knows that he's in there, so he just takes a Tommy gun and just shoots an X through the shed, which inevitably would kill anybody who was in there. And it's just like, you know, so even in the olden days, we were basically being taught from a young age that it's okay if cops straight up fucking murder a dude. Now, I mean, we know that 88 Keys was a villain because we've got that perspective on the story, but still, you know, cops straight up murdering a motherfucker, maybe particularly in this timeline that we are currently living in, that's not so great. That's not something that we want to celebrate, I'm thinking. What did I missed like a bunch of stuff because I was just nattering on about Dick Tracy. The pickup was effortless. I mean, it kind of was. Des, it's okay to be old. I'm old too. Richard Tracerson. I love it. Black Lamb, I love it. But anyways, you know, so Dick Tracy, and I was reading up on old-timey, gangsters because I was like kind of getting background on this, and one thing as a side note, Pretty Boy Floyd was actually heckin' pretty. Like really, you kind of have to be into that particular face type, because I feel like the old-timey gangster period, especially for guys, but even still for ladies as well, like there's a particular face type, and Pretty Boy Floyd definitely has that face type. But if that's a face type that you can go for, you know, he was cute. He was yeah. Post neoclassical. Maybe not wrong, Black Lamb. It's a facial type that I recognize from my grandparents' pictures. Like my grand folks. Not that this is like an unusual thing, but they had photo albums and they had pictures of like old friends and when they were growing up and things like that. And like there's this distinct facial type that showed up in a lot of those pictures. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is, but it does feel like you get like particular builds for generations. Look, Mom, you are so fucked. It's not even funny. Why don't I just do that? That's completely a thing that we could do. And we're totally gonna fight the Hush because we will kill the hell out of the Hush. I can only take one of them. No, fuck that. I could take both of them. My grandfolks had faces. I mean, they did. They did. Hive says, so his name is actually, or wait, is his name actually Richard, or was his first name never given, and his sobriquet, but this was just his occupation, his last name is, like, Detective Tracy. That's kind of a question that I have. Now, originally, the Chet Arthur, he is the dude who did that. Chester Arthur is the guy who did Dick Tracy. Yes, I think. Christ, I should check. His original plan was to name the character Plainclothes Tracy, because he was a plainclothes detective. Not a private investigator, but... How did I do that? I screwed something up. There we are. Okay, we're back. But his editor pushed him to name the character Dick Tracy. And I'm not sure if that was eventually established as, yes, his name is Richard, or if that was just a joking reference to being detective. Button says, I hadn't thought about it much before you said that, but now I wonder how much hairstyle and popular accessible cameras for for the time affect how faces look in portraits from different times. Well, I mean, plain clothes can mean no taste, but in the case of police work, plain clothes would mean that the officer didn't need to wear a uniform. There was still like style guides that they would wear, but basically that they weren't uniformed officers. I've got one of my S-bars here because this is a big security blanket hours right now to go to Buttons. And it's interesting that you mentioned that, because I was actually in a conversation about that earlier today, because I was watching this video about Ted Cruz, because I don't fucking know why it was on, and it's Revenge Cut was talking about Ted Cruz, and I needed something in the background to take my mind off of all of the massive stress that I was dealing with. And they had pictures from Ted Cruz's childhood, and these were like late 70s, early 80s pictures, and it struck me like how deeply ugly pictures from the late 70s and early 80s are. And it's not a style thing per se. Like, I've seen clothes from that era. I've seen people wearing those clothes, and they can definitely pull off the look. I don't like all of the styles of the 70s and 80s, but I can see that they're viable styles. You know, if you're thinking about body shape and things like that, you can pull it off. But, like, photos of people from that time period look almost uniformly ugly. I include my own childhood photos in this, by the way. You know, even the ones that I would be okay with looking at today, like my little really small when I had nice hair and I was tiny, I was a child, you know, I'd be okay with those. But even those photos, they look terrible. And the person had mentioned that the person I was talking to, that is, had mentioned, you know, that it might have to do with the type of film that was being used, that was common at that time, the type of cameras that were being used and the limitations of those cameras, and the lighting available in those situations might all add up to that effect of making pictures just look off. Also, Des, go to the park, have a wonderful time, and Lucian, be careful on your bike, and don't call your mom poop. Although I might have been too late for that, but be careful and don't call your mom poop if you're still here. Hive says moves from incentives often tended towards looking ugly, and I think it's a film stock thing. Now, that, you know, I mean, that could be definitely a thing. I mean, I think it works a little bit better with 70s films, because a lot of times 70s films are shooting towards kind of a gritty, on the ground feel. Like, I mean, you think about things like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think that would be the perfect example of what I'm thinking about here, is that the griminess of the look, the grittiness of the look it feels very much a part of what Texas Chainsaw is trying to do. But when you get down to, like, like family photos, and they look like, you know, last seen photos. Like, these are photos that you would find in a serial killer's photo album. Like, this was right before I killed this dude. It carries, like, it's a whole different kind of message. It's a whole different kind of message. 80s had the mullet. You really can't go much lower than a mullet. I mean mullets are... The mullet, like the stock standard mullet, is... Yeah, it's not a good look. It's really... It's not a good look. Like, I could see... I mean, it would be hard to pull off because you would need to have enough hair to actually do the thing. And if you're doing a lot of shaving on the sides, you're not going to, like, have a lot of hair to tie back. But I could see, like, cut pretty short on the top, shaved almost to the skin on the sides, and then the back pulled back in a long ponytail. I could kind of see that, but mostly because I'm just trying to think of what the fuck to do with my own hair, because it's like a thing. Here for the queer mullet. I think, Buttons, that's like... I think we're talking about the same thing, honestly. Oh fuck yes, let's take Chaos. Let's just, you know, let's just do the thing. We're gonna do the thing. We took Chaos, and all we're gonna get is frickin'... Hi, brain meats. You wanna work? We're just gonna get bomb items from now on. Oh, Black Lamb, please eat. Eat, yes. Do the eating thing. You know what? Let's take Mr. Mega. I know that Mr. Mega is not as good. Oh fuck yes. As 99 bombs, but I mostly want to use these bombs against Hush, because Hush sucks. And we have unlimited bombs, because we have unlimited bombs. So we're gonna do this. Hush is... I hate Hush. Honestly, like, this fight is the blurst. Oh shit, we should have picked up a battery? Metallica? And we didn't do that thing? Oh crumbs, I should also put in chat, I saw this really good video today. I guess he's a jazz drummer. Like, I'm not familiar with him, and unfortunately I don't even remember the name right now. But he's listening to Enter Sandman for the first time. And he basically just, like, completely breaks down Enter Sandman and then plays it just by ear first time through, and he's really, really good. I am animated! Even though I'm decomposing. Wait, no, I can't, excuse me, but I want to say the fucking gorillas are into NFTs? From whence? From why? Why would they... Look, I mean, I'm not like a huge... Yes, Hive! How did you know that? Did you know the video? Maybe you knew the video. Or just you're really smart. Because I always thought that you were really smart, but... unfortunately, like, I bounced off that bit. It's a great video, though. Everybody... If you're, like, metal fans, or music fans, or drum fans... give a look on YouTube for Larnell Lewis's Enter Sandman. It's really good. But yes, I would. With Gorillaz, I'm not even a giant fan of Gorillaz. I should be honest. I like the first two albums, and I've liked things that they've done afterwards. But it was a little bit after I was buying new music, so a lot of the stuff that they produced since then, I don't know. I'm old. That's the way that it works. But they're doing NFTs, and it's like, the fuck? Really, though? Really? Though? Really? that's what you're gonna be. That's what you're gonna do. You made a whole concept album about how, you know, freaking pollution is destroying the world and everything, and then you're gonna jump down the NFT train. I feel like, on one hand, I didn't have a lot of emotional investment here, so it's not quite the same betrayal as finding out that Maynard from Tool is a sex pest. That hit on a whole different level. But at the same time, like, I didn't particularly think that gorillas were gonna turn out to be, you know, like, the villains of the piece. So that kind of sucks, you know, just a little bit. Crap, I missed like a ton of stuff. Gorillas are trading Nyanka on blockchain now. Yes. I don't know what particular Bitcoin that they're shooting for, but they're doing the NFT thing. Panda says I got back into them while raiding in WoW, and it's amazing. WoW being World of Warcraft, not that I don't know this particular acronym. It's amazing they made Plastic Beach totally pointless. I mean, right? Okay, Kronos, NFTs are... It doesn't take a lot to explain, because basically the concept is bullshit. Like, it's money as bullshit, but if money were more bullshit than money is at the moment, as an imaginary hypothetical concept, it's NFTs. NFTs use blockchains to... And if I get this wrong, anybody jump in and give me a sec with this, give me a hand with this, but NFTs use blockchain to assign a tag, basically, to some piece of digital whatever, like a tweet or a piece of art or, I guess, music. The tag, if you buy that, says that you... Okay, the absurdity here is going to choke me out. So let me try to get this straight in my head. The tag says that you own the tag for this digital whatever. But it's not like it's enforceable in any way. Like, if you buy the NFT for some picture that somebody's done, or like somebody bought the NFT for Jack Asshole's first post on Twitter, because of course they would, because of course that's a meaningful value. You could still like screenshot that art or copy it or retweet it or do whatever you want, download it. So it's not like it's making the digital thing into a unique element, because people can still get that thing in other ways. It just says, oh my god, I just realized this. Okay, basically it says you own this thing, and this is it. I figured the fucking thing out. Okay, going back to old-timey shit, like every now and then you would see, like in old movies, like somebody would be selling swampland in Florida, or somebody wants to sell somebody the Brooklyn Bridge, and it's a scam. Like, it's a pure scam. This swampland doesn't actually exist. The person just sells you a piece of paper that says, like, you own this land. But if that person ever went down to Florida to actually claim the swampland, and the people there would be like, who the fuck are you? What do you... No, somebody owns this already. Like, they got a house on it. That's basically it. NFTs are selling the Brooklyn Bridge. That's what they are. I feel a little bit clever, and I kind of, you know, I'm not often proud of myself. Actually, extremely rarely proud of myself. I'm proud of y'all. And I just happen to luck out and get all of y'all in one place. But They're selling the fucking Brooklyn Bridge. I figured it out. Claire! It is so good to see you. As I've said a number of times this stream already, we've only done one run and it's already been kind of a chaos stream. This is probably going to be the last stream for at least a little while until we figure out how to get the internet set up in the new apartment. I will be moving on Thursday. I wanted to be able to spend time with you all in meet space, you know, before the move. Just because, you know, it's sentimental. Each NFT transaction takes the equivalent of 4 days of energy usage and is philosophically problematic. But the real problem with NFTs is because they're running on the blockchain technology that they are massively polluting. Like they use huge, absurd amounts of energy to do nothing, basically, to sell the Brooklyn Bridge. That's what they do. There's all this energy, all these resources that are used to do the NFT thing. At the end, produce, not that everything has to produce something, but they produce nothing. So, yeah, so that's the essential issue I have with Gorillas getting on the NFT train. Is like, you know, you had this whole album that was supposedly, you know, focused on environmental concerns and how people are fucking up the world, and it was called Plastic Fucking Beach because, you know, why not be completely on the nose? If you're gonna do it, then just fucking do it, you know, like own it, stand by it. Sometimes subtext is a good thing, but sometimes subtext is also for cowards. Plastic Beach there's no subtext in Plastic Beach. And so now they're doing this thing that is like massively environmentally fucked up. And it's just doing it, I guess? Just going out there? Hold on, I feel like... Oh, it's early morning for you, Claire. Yeah, I figure you're gonna be sleepy. I hope that you have, like, kid snuggles. I don't know if your kids have woken up super early yet today. It does seem like a thing. Oh! For you, thank you so much. Hold on a second. Look, I tossed out, like, a ton of notes and stuff because, like, I just had so much stuff. For you, did I ask you if that was the name that you wanted to go by or if there was another name that you wanted to go by? And did you tell me and then I wrote it down and then I completely, did I forget? Because I would hate to forget that. These notes are useless. I can't do anything with these. These make no sense. What does it say? Rook Knight. 同じ力べ? 違う。同じ壁. Bitch and Queen. 隣じゃない. はい. Queen は Rook の向かい. I mean, I know what that means in Japanese, but I don't know, like... Oh, wait, hold on a second, I remember this. But I don't think it's going to help us, because this is Resident Evil 2, and what am I going to do with this? Mute copyright music Twitch. Great. Dream Hazard makes patches. That's actually a useful one. That's one that I want to remember. Traced in Air by Cynic? What the fuck does that mean? What does that even mean? Well, I want to do right by you, for you, and I worried the last time that you came if maybe we had asked and you had told us, and then I forgot, and that would have been the shitty part. That if you had let us know that you wanted to be called by a certain name, and then I forgot that, that would have been shitty. Onaji what? Onaji kabe. So they're on the same wall, basically. I know what that is talking about at the very least. That's the chess piece puzzle from Resident Evil 2. I think those notes are just completely wrong. So it's, you know, they're not useful notes. Thank you so much for you. That makes me really, it means a lot. Y'all do. I have been unbelievably blessed by y'all. And I hope that you know that. I hope that you know that you're doing something good for somebody. Just being you. You don't even have to come here. I mean, I appreciate that you do come here, because otherwise it'd be a very quiet stream. But, like, even if you didn't come here, that you would be doing something for the world. You've certainly made my life way better than I could have expected, honestly. Oh. Thank you, Claire. Thank you very much. Hive says, listen to PtaER, and then listen to PtaER Remastered, and lo, 2 small production changes can completely change a subgenre of metal. Okay. You know, I kind of remember that conversation a little bit, Hive. So it's good to know that there's a whole thing that makes sense. I am not gonna fight the Hush on this run, by the way. Like, we could totally kill the Hush. And not the Hush, Deli-chan. We could definitely kill Deli-chan, but I don't wanna. This run has gone on long enough. Even if you, like, don't consider the weird digressions that we had, 43 minutes is enough for a run. Disco, could you not, though, actually run directly into the bosses? Because that would be good. Mostly because, like, we want to not die. Give me the boss, please. Before I get myself killed. It's gonna be a bit of a... It might be a bit of a struggle here. Honestly, I should be using the pinking shears more often. Oh, fuck's sakes. But I keep on thinking that Maw of the Void is gonna pay out, and it continues to not pay out. And that seems wrong. You know, like, that's the whole purpose of the item, is to give me health. And it's not giving me health. Oh, please. What did I miss? Hive says, I like being here more than I like cursing you with the knowledge that Zack Snyder made a movie I ended up on the balance of things enjoying. You know, if that cursed knowledge is the price I need to pay to have your conversations, Hive, I'm happy to take it. I'm more than willing to pay that toll? Fair? That seems to be what I've seen about it, Buttons. I think, like, Hive, you've had the most favorable takeaway of that film of anybody that I've seen. Most of the folks that I've seen talk about it have mostly talked about how Cyborg has a much better arc in the the new Snyder version than in the Whedon version. And I think that's like the biggest takeaway that I've had. Oh, Transcendence! With a reference to Stephen King. Because why not? Just this run. Please, this run has to stop. We can't be defeated. There's no possible way that we are defeated, so just give us the boss and let us move on with our lives. Let us take a run that will be even worse than this one. This run is fabulous, by the way. Like, I have zero complaints about this run. Decent damage, decent shot speed. We've got ways to make health. We fly. Honestly, I am my own worst enemy on this run. I keep on running into things that do damage to me because I am slightly silly. And that's okay, you know, we can all be silly sometimes. I am trying very hard not to slouch because I have no posture. But I feel like I have to, you know, be the responsible adult and give a good example of being an adult, which means not slouching all the time. It wasn't really like a celebration run, because there was no way we were going to lose that run. I just got like a message that the internet connection quality is currently not sufficient to broadcast gameplay, so let's cross our fingers. We're going to cross our fingers with this one. I know that we've got buffering. Oh, wow. That's a pretty... That's like 30-second lag. Hold on, let me check what I'm missing here. To Claire. Oh, come the fuck on. You're gonna give me podcast mode the one effing time that I have decided to use the camera, and you're gonna give me podcast mode because you're a... I don't know if this is Twitch or if this is my JCOM internet connection. JCOM is the name of the company. That's not some kind of weird slang or slur. But for the fucking real? Really, though? Thank you so much, Claire. Yes, I did get the apartment. I haven't moved yet. I am supposed to be moving on Thursday, and that is actually fairly terrifying because there's still stuff. I need to do stuff before I move, and I have exactly 1 day to do it. So tomorrow is gonna be a very busy day. We will be very... I didn't get to show you my nice skirt. I wanted to do that after the run. I was gonna get up and say, here's me from the waist down. I'm wearing clothes. I always wear clothes, by the way. Like, I couldn't... You know, there's probably folks who do stream without, like, anything below the waist, or maybe they stream with just, like, their ugly-ass LA Lakers boxers or something. I couldn't do that. I would just... Not... So but I wore my nicest skirt. I'm really happy with this one. It fits me. It got a nice look to it. The colors are solid. And I am in podcast mode, and I can't show you my skirt. I mean, Kronos, yeah, you're gonna have to stick around for the long run. See the rocket skirt. The apartment thing is sorted. It was a lot. Oh god, this thing that happened last night. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something, and then maybe like, some of you will get this, and even the folks who don't get this will, I think, understand at least, like, either from hanging out here or just broader experience in the modern world. You'll probably at least get enough of this to know why this was a thing. Okay, so we got 3 Russian dolls in play here. One is the realtor. One is this guarantor company, and one is my dad. Now, throughout this entire charade, and it has been a charade, I need to... If I can't be honest with anybody, I should be at least honest with you. Basically, we've lied our asses off about how employed we are. They assume more employment than actually is happening, but that's okay. But I've also needed to play boy for this. LGBT folks, I think like a 38% of the LGBT population in Japan has reported difficulties renting apartments. And those are just like, I'm assuming those are Japanese LGBT folks. Not even including the kind of the subcategory of, oh, we also don't like to rent to foreign people. So I really needed this to go through. And so I was like, okay, I've had to do this before. I had to do this for work. We'll just pretend to be a boy. And that's fine. Cool. Sure. I hate it, but, you know, it needs to be done. So I did. Now, the guarantor company wanted, for some reason I don't understand, to talk to my dad. They're checking up on me, I guess. Maybe they want to make sure that I have a actual dad. I don't fucking know. But they said they're going to call my dad. And so I emailed my dad, and I was like, Dad, this really bothers me a lot to ask you. Like, this really makes me sick to my stomach. But I need you to, when you talk to these people, I need you to use my dead name. Okay? They don't know nothing about me, and they might not rent to me if they knew I was trans, so just use my dead name. And he emails me back, and I almost want to laugh because it's so on brand. He emails me back, so do you want me to use where that blank space is what my dead name actually is? And it's like, how many other fucking names do you know, Dad? There's just 3. There's the one that I had when I was born that you went and changed because you thought that was a shitty name, which, granted, to my parents was a good idea because that name was a shitty name. And then there was the name that you gave me that was useful but not my name. And now there's my name. So really you're only dealing with 2 names here. So if I'm not saying to use my name, then it's got to be the other one, right? Like, do you need to say that? Do you need to confirm that? Did you think I was going to ask you to tell them my name was Scott? It's okay. I mean, Buttons, it's like, it's over, and it happened. Like, it happened, and it's done with, and I'm okay with it, but, like, this is kind of the thing that, like, my mom, on some deep level, my mom gets it. Like, the way that she talks to me, even though sometimes she still mixes up pronouns, but the way that she talks to me is quantifiably different from the way that she talked to me in the before. Like, it's a notable change. It's like she gets it even if the language gets screwed up sometimes. My dad, and he, like, he's considerate and he's supportive. I don't want to take that away from him. I don't want to give the impression that my dad is some kind of like raging transphobic jerk, because he's not. He honestly isn't. He's doing his best. He's trying to help as much as possible. He hasn't put like hooks on his help. You know, he hasn't said like, you know, we will help you here if you do X. Nothing like that. But at the same time, like, he doesn't get it. If that makes sense. It's like nothing has really changed in his mind towards me. So, like, yeah, it's kind of, I mean, it's a difficult situation because, like, one, I am dependent on their help right now. I would not be able to, I mean, things would have gone very south if they hadn't been helping me up until this point. So that kind of makes it a little bit difficult as well, because I can't just say, like, you need to get on track here because they're financially helping me, but that's part of my story for my move. This whole move thing has been just nested stories, like Russian doll stories. Not all of them are bad. Some of them are good. I've got a good story for when I come back, but I do need to take a break. I really hope that we end up out of podcast mode, because, like, I kind of feel bad that you're stuck watching, like, this weird Earth icon with the Bikuri mark on it. But I am going to take a quick break. I'm going to stretch. I ask all of you to stretch. I ask all of you to get some water down your throats. Take any vitamins or minerals or medications that you might possibly need. I forgot that last word. And we'll be back in just 5 minutes. I totally should have bought orange juice. I forgot to buy orange juice, and now I have no one. The skirt and the shirt, and they, even on the camera, like, it looks good. You can't see me. I'm doing like a little dance here. I don't really have a bum to show off, so I can't really show off my bum, but, you know, I could show off some leg because y'all can't see nothing, but I'm not gonna, because I don't, that's not my brand. Showing off leg is not my brand. We're back! Oh my gosh! I have a skirt. It's very nice. I like it a lot. This is my skirt. This is my creepy shirt too. Not the shirt that I would have bought if I knew about the other shirt that existed, but it is a shirt. It's a good skirt, Ludo. And it's wonderful to see you. Ludo, I hope you're very well. Thank you so much, Buttons. It made me, I found it by accident. I was on a walk to get money. And I went by the shop that relocated. And I saw the skirt and I was like, I shouldn't buy this because it's expensive. It was also, I mean, for me, I really don't know the pricing range on ladies' clothes because I spent basically 20 years buying cargo pants and tank tops. And cargo pants, you know, in the States you get a pair of cargo pants for like 20 bucks. In Japan, they usually run like about 40 bucks. Which honestly to me feels expensive, but this skirt was like 150 bucks, which it's a lot of money for me. But I saw it and I was like, I want to buy one nice thing for me, and I did. I was actually gonna get my ears re-pierced so that we could size them up so I get plugs in them, and I was gonna get my tongue pierced, and I was gonna get some ink work done. I had this idea, this tattoo idea. I figured I was gonna get a band of stars around my wrist. Oh, by the way, like that's I can't get it on the camera, right? But I could show you all my nice ass fucking tattoo. It's really, when I say that this tattoo is fuck off big, like it's actually fuck off big. Like it's a pretty massy tattoo. I was gonna get a band of black stars around my wrist for each of the serious mental health crises that I managed to survive. I thought that would be a good reminder to me that we have managed to, you know, because sometimes things get really bad, and sometimes you need a reminder that we've been in bad places before, and we've managed to, you know, still be here. I was going to do all that, but something I found out with this whole moving thing, and so they wanted a phone number, right? The moving folks wanted a phone number. I don't know why. They were adamant about this. Oh, Alice! Woohoo! And it's wonderful to see you, Alice. I hope that you're doing very, very well. I hope that life is treating you very gently. And they would not move on this point. They're like, you have to have a phone number. And I'm like, you got an email address. Dog, you got a line address. You got my Zoom whatever. I still didn't even get Zoom, but you've got that. Why do I need a phone number? But they're like, you gotta have a phone number. So like, okay. So I went out and I was trying to do... I know, right? It's very rare. I don't know that we'll do this very often, but I wanted to do it today because this might be the last stream for a while, because we're in the move now. We're in the move thing now. So I tried to get a new phone. See, because I hadn't been secret, but I hadn't paid my phone bill for a while, and the phone company actually canceled the contract, and they wanted a significant amount of money that I owed them. And I tried to get the phone, and I got everything up to the very last point, and they were like, well, we need to do a background check to buy a phone? Fuck, what do I know? And they're like, oh, have you not paid your previous phone bill? Do you have an account with another company? I was like, yeah. Like, well, we can't give you a phone then. No phone for you. So I had to pay this phone bill. And it was 125,000 yen. Which is, we could say, a lot of money. I think that would be, I mean, it's a lot of money. It's like $1,000, like more than $1,000 actually. So all of those extra things that I wanted to buy that were just going to be nice things for myself, not gonna happen. They're not gonna happen. I mean, this was not money that I had wanted to pay. But if I had not paid that money, then I would not have been able to get an apartment, and, you know, what are you gonna do, I guess? I don't know. Chrono says, you can at very least take pride in the fact the skirt is not hype beast clothing. I don't know what hype beast clothing is, Kronos, but I will take pride in that fact, I guess. Luda says the good old unpaid phone bill situation was there many times. I mean, it's... And the worst thing is, like, I don't use my phone. I don't hardly ever use my phone. I should not have gotten a smartphone. There was no need for it. I thought it would help me when I was at work, like, because I at that time I was doing the demolition job and it was a lot of travel time, and I thought I could do research and stuff while I'm traveling to wherever I have to go for this demolition stuff. Mostly I just use it to look at Twitter, and Twitter does not make me happy at all. I was just looking at Twitter just a minute ago, and all that I see on Twitter is Arkansas. Fuck the Arkansas state legislature, by the way. Can we just... I want to be very clear on that point. The Arkansas state legislature can just go fuck themselves in the ear with a big metal dildo, and then just break it off and beat their heads over it with the rest of the big metal dildo, because they're just awful. No, it's not your fault, Kronos. It's not your fault. Okay, so Arkansas, like, really fucked over trans people just a few days ago with this new bill that they passed, and so I do follow a lot of trans folks, and so there's a reasonable and considerable amount of I don't want to say panic, but I want to say hurt. I mean, a lot of people are hurt by this, just even if they're not kind of under the rubric of this bill. So, because of the Venn diagram of what's going on with that, that's a lot of my Twitter right now. It's like, I get some really cool art from Visible Women, which is currently... It's a hashtag that goes up every year. Some really great artists on there. People joking about that fucking boat in the Suez Canal. And then, like, super huge amounts of pain from trans folks about what Arkansas is doing. So, it's... Recent Twitter has been, like, definite tonal whiplash. It's been kind of a lot, you know, to deal with. F's in chat for fuck Arkansas. Ludo, but for real? I mean, straight up, really, just fuck Arkansas. They're... Yeah. Yeah, Buttons, I mean, you're absolutely right, Buttons, and you're in the States right now, so... Yes, we're back with video. We're not on podcast. And we have Azazel, so this should be an easy run. She says before she completely destroys her run, because that's what I usually do. Buttons, you're in the States right now. I'm not sure if anybody else in chat right now. Well, Jilly's in States, but Jilly might not be here right now because I know that she's working. Please take care. Buttons. Things are really sketch right now. Panda says, I found out last week that my girlfriend's brother outed me to her father's side of the family, including her shitty stepmother. Well, hold on a second. I'm gonna have to kill this room before I take a look at the rest of that. Who is a local teacher who could crater my career if she finds out who I am? Fucking fuck? Panda, for real? Why did I not go to the item room? Are you okay, Panda? I mean, there's not like a lot that we could do in a material sense, but you know how to get in touch with me if you needed to DM or just kind of talk about what's that, because that's I am very angry. You should not have to. I mean, this goes without saying. This is like the silliest fucking thing to say in the world, but like, you shouldn't be needing to fucking deal with that. Panda says, I know the principal and the mentor teacher at my last placement are mad transphobic. Whew. So I'm trying to stand the download. And by download, I mean, of course, down low. God fucking damn it. I don't want you to think that you shouldn't have shared that, because I'm glad that you feel comfortable enough to share that, but that I am very angry. Yeah, that's an understandable response, Panda. I would be surprised if you did not. Hate said brother-in-law. Or brother? Just brother. Chrono says, continue spreading common sense. We'll need it day by day. Now, I had a social professor. This was obviously many years ago, because university was many years ago. But I remember my social professor saying that common sense was neither. And yeah, you know, I can get behind that. Please do take care of yourself, though, Panda, to whatever extent and ability that you need and are able to. Because that is definitely a whole thing. And it's just fucked up, basically. No real gild in the lily on that one. Risco, you can't just be running into fire. I mean, you can, but not if you want to keep this run going. Ah! Nice-ish, I guess. Thank you for you. I mean, I don't know how much myself personally, but I do know most of the folks that I know are extremely strong. Definitely people that I look up to. What do we want? Book of Secrets, maybe? It's kind of shy. We could fight Mega Satan. Actually, Book of the Dead is way better than Book of Secrets. Ooh. The choice here. I don't know which one I want. You know what? No, we're actually going to take D1. D1 is the better choice in the end. It's put me on edge and eliminated a large source of job opportunities since the stepmom works at a major high school. Also, the cube does have tiny nipples. Oh. Lisco, would you not though? Would you not? Panda, I know my thoughts and $5 will buy you a cup of coffee, but you are in my thoughts. I am worried about you. I think reasonably worried about you, not like in a weird way, but oh shit. Oh fuck. And if you do need to be in contact, please do be in contact. Yes. That is what I wanted. Oh, I should have totally doubled those bombs. That was foolish. That was silly on me. We could have done that and we didn't do it because I made a mistake. Yes. Yes. But lovely. I love everything about that. And we'll just blow this dude up because why not? This is how we destroy angels without being actually Trent Reznor. I still haven't listened to that band. Oh, buggery. Yeah, I'm definitely co-signing Hive on this one. This is a pretty large chunk of bullshit. Wait, are you not dead? That was... we did very poorly on that room. I'm gonna try to avoid meeting that part of Shriney's family as long as possible. If I get a reputation as good independent tutor, then I'll be mostly insulated. Well, frankly, it blows goats that you should even have to think about that. Although you have mentioned in the past that this this brother is a raging D-bag, so that's the so sound that means that I want to say that there's a silver lining, but there's not a fucking silver lining. It should have been the more down note, so so we can see where you're coming from, kind of thing. I swear to dogs, I just do not fucking know. Oh, fudge. No.
Range down.
Not range down. We'll definitely take this because we are doing terrible. Well, we have nothing, really. Fudge, we have no money. I want the silver heart, so we'll take that. I would really like to get that car battery, but I don't know if that's in the cards. Yeah, how do we swing this one? I thought this was going to be a silly, easy run, but we kind of stitched it up with bad play. Come on, we could do this. This is doable, as the French would say. Panda says it does. I had part of her family try to bait me into admitting to being trans while on holiday with them. They loudly talked about how supportive they'd be while saying all kinds of low-key transphobic. Yeah. I wanna give me a sec here. Let me just wanna I mean, you don't need me to say fuck these people, but fuck these people, Panda, just fuck them off into the sun, into the depths of the fucking underworld. I mean, just Panda, I am so sorry. I am so sorry that this is the plate of shit that you've been served. Because you don't deserve, nobody deserves that. But holy, I mean, just wow? Not the good wow, the bad wow? Now I want to fly to Australia. I have never wanted to fly to Australia in my entire fucking life. Luckily, Shani's mum and grandmum are wonderful and very welcoming. At the very least, there's that. Could we take more silly-ass damage? Because we're taking an awful lot of silly-ass damage on this run. Oh, come the... Disco. Disco, come on. You can play better than this. You've done it in the past. The last hit was like... It was like I wanted to take damage. I just kind of just sat there and I was like, yeah, let's run into the hit. I don't know what sock pens is, but and this is one of those things where it's just like, it's too perfect and nobody would believe, but at the very first glance at that, Panda, because I only get the name of the emoticon. I don't actually get the emoji itself. I thought it said social penis, which I'm pretty certain that's probably not what the emoticon is going for. What I'm trying to say is, good meat can take your problems, take away your problems for a moment. I mean, you're not wrong, necessarily, Kronos. A nice turkey sandwich might go a long way towards at least relieving a little bit of stress. Well, thank you for you. Hateful people do suck. Absolutely no question. And they do not have a place in this home. They're not going to have a place in the next home either. But I haven't gotten there yet, so... I have to have like an exorcism or something. I love the fact that we got a get out of jail free card, allowing us access to Mega Satan, and then we ended up getting the key anyways, which means we have access to Mega Satan, so sure, why not? Maybe instead of fight Mega Satan, we'll just hang out with, like, Lil Nas X, and then maybe I could make, like, a nice curry for him. He seems like a decent chap. He's got a good beat on what to do with Satan, which I guess is give Satan lap dances. And honestly, my version of Satan is from Band v Band, and she's really cute, so I probably wouldn't be comfortable giving a lap dance, but at the same time, you know, spending time would be nice. Luda says I have to go work in the... Hold on a second here. I missed a couple of stuff. Luda says, have to go work in the podcast editing minds. Everybody have a nice rest of the stream. Good luck, Ludo, with your editing. I know that can be a real pain in the ass sometimes, but hopefully it goes nice and smoothly for you. And yeah, I mean, Claire's advice is pretty good advice. Just doing your best to be, and not just your, as though I'm speaking to you only for you, but like all of us, myself included, doing our best to be considerate of other people, being considerate of their needs, and being supportive to them in ways that are healthy on both sides of the equation. And that is a coin that spends pretty far. Claire says, drink water, take any medication, remember to eat what you can, breathe however you can, and stretch if you're able to. If you're wearing a binder, good advice. If you're wearing a binder, make sure you take it off after 8 hours. Very much. If you tuck, pay attention to your body and don't hurt yourself. Also very good advice. You're very much loved and people here care. Yes. Panda says, in brighter news, life with Shriny's been wonderful. My dog loves her so much. I realized that because of the way the camera is placed, like I did the thumbs up things and nobody could see the thumbs up things, so I did those because that's brighter news, Panda, and I'm glad that you've got some bright news in there. Forgot the beginning of the message that was your self-care reminder. Yes. Which reminds me, because brighter news is always good. Well, because the camera's really tiny, so I got stickers. I got stickers from B-Side. I don't know how well you can see these. This one here says to be choked. I don't know what that's in a reference to, but you know, maybe it's a guitar thing. We've got a rabbit that is eating an onigiri. And it's really hard to see because of the camera size, but the onigiri is terrified of being eaten by the rabbit, as well it should. Also, I have a fallen angel. Wait, hold on a second. That was really, really weird. There was like a very loud shaking noise for a second, but I don't think it was an earthquake because I didn't feel any shaking. The Fallen Angel shirt says, "Hey God, I fucking quit." So, I like that. I like that. That is the one, I mean, I think I'm going to send it to Overkill. Because, or at least I'm going to send a copy of that sticker, because I want a copy of the sticker myself. But, honestly though, like, if you know somebody who's named Overkill Rabbits, and you buy a rabbit sticker and you don't send it to them, it just seems kind of like a thing. I mean, hell, I sent them a mechanized rabbit that I salvaged from the basement of that school that we demolished, so Basically, Rabbit gets all of the Rabbit stuff that I find. B-Side does amazingly high quality stickers, which is not why I buy stickers from B-Side, but this is actually kind of like the part 2 to a part 1 of a story that we had a very long time ago. Now, some folks might remember, this was back in 2019, shortly after coming out and shortly after figuring out my name. And I went to B-Side because B-Side has really awesome stickers, and picked up some stickers there, and I made a card. And this was me dressed as me, not like dressed up as a boy or anything. I made one of their sticker deal cards, where you need to put your name on the card, which is a thing that I did, and the staff at B-Side, I would never kill rabbits. Never, never, never. Rabbits is too much of a decent person. The staff at B-Side was, like, just, she used my name, no problem. Like, there wasn't a pause, there wasn't, oh, you know, what does this mean, or is this really your name, or anything like that. Like, just, poof, like that. She just went and straight up used my name. And it meant so much at that time. Like, it was just a hugely simple but deeply meaningful thing for somebody to do. And also, like, that staff member just was simply super fun. She was really cool. It was very enjoyable talking to her. And I had this experience, and it was like kind of the first time somebody outside of my immediate circle of people that I know directly, and outside of the wider circle of, like, LGBTQIA plus folks, that somebody had used my name like that. And it was like, so I didn't run into her very often because I don't go to that side of town very often, and I don't buy stickers very often. But I made a point to go the other day, and I got to tell her just what she had done and how much that meant to me. And, like, she was super cool about it. It was really cool. I didn't cry, which would have made it probably a little bit more uncomfortable if I had, but I was very emotional. And I think she understood that, and she understood why it was very meaningful and why it was very significant. So that was one of those things that, like, I really wanted to get done before I left Osaka, to say thank you to that person. And I got to do that thing, and also buy these stickers. So that's my bright news for the day. Panda says, I thought it was over kill rabbits, because who wouldn't be tired of kill rabbits? Panda, Panda. And this is why we love you, Panda. Let there be no doubt. Let there be no doubt about the love. Claire says, my chair keeps scaring me. I keep seeing its reflection on my TV and think it's a person standing right behind me. Holy shit! Yeah, Claire, that would be pretty... I would be... Yeah, that would be a thing. Panda says, I keep tripping up introducing myself as Quill rather than by legal name. Yes, Hive, it was absolutely wonderful. And I'm... Like, she was already just a super cool person. Like, she was very fun to have as a clerk, I guess. But yeah. Now, actually, Claire, because your question there is something that I kind of wanted to check on. Panda, would you like us to use Quill as a name here in the channel? Or are you happier with us using Panda? in the channel. Because either of those are super fine. I just want to make sure that, you know, we're doing right by you. It was a very cool episode of Closure, and I do honestly, like, if you are not even if you're in that position, because I don't know how broadly B-Side is as a company about these kind of things. I might have just gotten very, very lucky with the staff member that I had. But if you are interested in extremely high quality stickers, then I do recommend B-Side Label. They seem to be a decent company, and they produce really, really good product. I'd rather use Panda since it keeps my accounts from being linked to my real life name. 100% perfect? Wait. Perfect? Is that the word that I wanted? Skunoctamo. 100% understandable. And I will make sure and keep in mind to keep that in mind. I know I probably shouldn't use my real name for all my accounts, but honestly, just personally, I guess if people wanted to fuck with me, I don't really care. I think that's a good call for it, Hive. Wait, did I just gulp something?
Judgment.
Oh god, this is terrible. Also I didn't respond to it, which is my bad. Bantastic. I wanted to say bandtastic. Bandit feels fantastic to play. Okay. What is, what's the gimmick with Bandit? Like, what makes Bandit Bandit? Other than not being smoky? No keys. No keys. Fine. We didn't need your silly keys anyways. I feel like I've completely lost the plot on this run. Like, things have happened, and I just don't remember anything. Somehow we got a guppy item, so that's, I guess, all that matters. Oh shit. Fuck. Hitting enemies in the back is guaranteed crit, which is super valuable. Okay, but riddle me this, Caped Crusader. How do you hit a jellyfish in the back? Like, where is the back on the jellyfish, Kronos? Have the devs considered this? This is not a guppy item. I'm putting my foot down. Well, my feet are already down, actually, on account of I'm sitting on the floor, but oh fuck yes, buttons. I mean, not fuck yes about the being hit by a truck, or the feeling of being hit by a truck. I don't want to, for folks who are not actually looking at the chat and then they just hear me say hit by a truck and then they'll think that you got hit by a truck, but you didn't. You just feel that way. That part sucks, but fucking step one, vaccination. They are not. Well, okay, I'm setting this up wrong. They are going to start vaccinating people over 65. In mid-April. So we're kind of we're being very slow. That's the word. I was going to think of a better word, but really the word is just slow. We're being slow about the vaccination stuff here. Colonel says your utility skill is invincibility, and to unironically answer your question, vagrants spawn towards you, meaning it's easy to loop around since they tend not to rotate very quickly. I just figured that they... Oh, fuck me. That's not what I wanted to do. I figured that they just wouldn't have a weak point, so that's actually pretty cool. Well, we love you too, Buttons. Oh, wait. Wait, are you heading off? It's fighting to stay awake for a minute, so I'm gonna rest some. Sorry to miss this, but my body demands it. Oh, gosh, no, Buttons, sleep. Sleep. I will be in touch, and look, probably the longest I'll be off streaming is... I should hope not more than, like, a week gap. I mean, it shouldn't take longer than that to get a new internet set up. Because I do have my phone paid, that means that I can actually use my phone to stay in touch with people. So I'm not going to be going 100% dark. You know, I'll still be contactable. But yes, thank you so much for being here. That's the important thing. And you get your sleep, get a good rest, and we love you very much. Chrono says, honestly, the only thing you can't really backstab too well are imp overlords and grove tenders. Huh. Is it because they move too fast, Kronos? Like they don't stick around long enough? Although the grove tender, I would think... I mean, that can't be that hard to get to the backside of one of those. Oh, crumbs. That's not what we wanted. That's not what we wanted at all. They're pretty agile. Alright, that was a really bad play. That was my fault. I took that damage myself. Okay, I gotta stop slouching. It's very on brand, but... they don't keep their eyes off you. Ah, gotcha. Oh, this sucks. Angel statue. This is a shitty angel deal. I hope you know that. I bet it doesn't even care. Evil angel statue. The bandit alt skin is also super cool. It makes you look like the character from Deadbolt. Oh, Deadbolt was the follow-up to Risk of Rain 1, right? It's got a, why do I always forget how to say this dude's name? Give me 2 seconds. Christopoulos? No, fuck, that's not how you say his name. 2 seconds. 2 seconds, Turkish. Risk of Rain Toes. OST. Christodoulou. Wait, no, wait, we did this before. We did this before. We got the pronunciation for this. Christodoulou? Shit. Shit, piss, and corruption. No, Ludo looked this up for us. Christodoulou. It's Christodoulou. Anyways, that's the... I could have just checked Deadbolt OST and figured that out. You just go, what the hell? Right, yeah. Deadbolt OST. Of course, same guy. Hi! People who... this is from... for you. People who judge you with hate are hateful to your courage. Your courage to be you. Thank you. For you. That is a very sweet thing to say, and it's a good thing to keep in mind. It can be very easy, I think, to... Let me think of how to say this. I think it can be easy for us sometimes. Us, this is a wide us, not like a narrow one group us, but people. I think it could be easy for people to forget just what it is that we do and that we accomplish, and that it does have meaning, and it's not always easy. Because you kind of get in that mode where you rag on yourself a little. You know what? I got an idea. It's a terrible idea. This is an idea for Isaac, not about what you said for you. I have a very bad idea, and we are going to totally do it. I don't think it's going to really help us very much, but I'm going to give it a shot. Because I totally want to maximize my chances of getting Guppy. The power of the Gup would definitely do some good for us. I keep... Stop taking damage, Risco! No! Risco, this is not the way. This is a bad way. Okay, we're gonna make a bunch of red chests. We're gonna make as many red chests as we can. Hopefully in one of those red chests will be a Guppy item. I don't know 100% that we need to be Guppy, but, I mean, Guppy always makes life a lot easier. As I always say, roguelikes welcome bad ideas. I mean, they totally do, though. They absolutely totally do. Wait, what? What the fuck hit us? Exactly whence and where did we get hit? Now, ooh, Hierophant. Well, I like you. How many rooms do we have left? How many charges could we get? We could get one more charge, so let's do that. D1 is just a super cheese play. I love the fact that it's a super cheese play, but it needs to be reckoned with, you know? You need to admit that what you're doing is kind of gross, is abusing the systems. Oh, I hate all of these enemies. Just stand, okay? Just stand up, that's all. There we go. Ooh. Well, that's a horse of a different color. That's an equine of another hue, as it were. That battery means that we can get a bunch of charges. But not from that room. Why must you tease me like this? I am so close. Give me what I want, and I'll go away. Also, balls of steel. Oh, jeepers, no. Before you... No, don't worry about it. I mean, none of us knows everything, you know? We're all gonna be on some subject. Heck, even our own subjects that we don't have all the answers to. We haven't done all the research or haven't been around for all the history. The big thing is less, I think, any one person's particular ignorance on any one topic and just... Oh, we are Guppy! And the fact that we're working towards overcoming that ignorance and working towards learning what we need to learn. Oh shit. Right? Hive has got it right there. Nobody knows everything, and nobody can know everything, really, at the end of the day. Are we only on the womb 1? How? What? How is this run so slow? Probably because I keep on stopping to talk about stuff, but even still, this run is very slow, and we're Azazel. We're Azazel, run. You can't be slow. This is the opposite of slow. Alright, we're gonna speed run to the end. We're just gonna kill everything. Oh, fudge. No, we can't speed run now. These will suck. Also suck. Yeah, that suck. Suck. Oh, fudge. Like, what trash tier stuff, honestly? I thought we had a play, and then we didn't have a play. The play wasn't there. Nice. We don't need any of that. Suddenly tomorrow when I need to nod off, get my 40 winks, I don't have any more, so this boy died fast? Wait, who's dead? Hive. I don't know what you mean. But please sleep. If you have to sleep, please, of course, do. But your parting message has left me a little bit confused. Which, let's be fair, is kind of a regular state of being for me, but even still. I'm always dead when I finish a drawing. Kronos, I don't know if I missed a message. Did you finish up your art raffle? Or is that still ongoing? Oh! Okay, so that's like just a completely different meaning. Hive, okay. That's... I mean... I'm glad? I didn't know if, like, you had a body hidden in a trunk somewhere? Alright. Alright, we gotta wrap this run. 'Cause this run is like... It's one of those weird situations where the run is really, really good, but it's also impossible to lose, so there's not like a lot of tension in the run. It just kinda is. Ooh. This could be a good item. We're gonna have to do 12 rooms with it, which kinda sucks, but... I do, and it's mine, and the trunk is my current body. That's a whole mood. I can definitely understand the feels on that one. See, I don't want to do 12 rooms is the problem. I mean, 4 rooms with Timothy Ross. And by Ross, I mean Roth, because apparently I don't know how to speak anymore. I would do that. I might skip the Quentin Tarantino part, because I think it's, like usual, overly clever and is Quentin Tarantino, but it's not a bad movie. And Timothy Roth is one of my favorite 90s actors, so, you know, there's that. The other one is Gary Oldman, because, honestly, 90s Tim Roth and 90s Gary Oldman they were just chef's kiss, basically. Just amazing. Like, I don't recommend The Professional to people because The Professional's got a lot of issues. A lot of issues. Just a lot. Look, I'm gonna use acronyms, but I would give the CW for it. I mean, I feel like The Professional gets into CSA, which, you know, makes it something that I don't really recommend to people. But Gary Oldman in The Professional is... like, his performance is amazing. It's like, oh, you just... this amazing performance, and you've tethered it to... really a gross story. Hive says that I left the stream and felt bad for leaving the stream, so I came back and will sleep while remaining here. Sleep, Hive, is the key. As long as you are sleeping. The Fifth Element has amazing Gary Oldman. Like, that's another really good one. Gary Oldman was the... without using the adjective that you used, Gary Oldman was definitely the leader of the cops in The Professional. And Snape was Alan Rickman. Now, Alan Rickman was also a really great actor. Was a really amazing actor, but kind of very different vibe than early Gary Oldman. Oh wow, Tech X. Okay, so the run is done. We've won the run. This is we cannot lose. It is impossible for us to lose. That's honestly, Claire, that's super understandable. I have a very poor memory for names in general, but actors' names definitely. I feel kind of like, and I might be wrong about this, but I feel kind of like Alan Rickman kind of disappeared for a while. Like, I'm having a really hard time thinking about what Rickman did between Die Hard and Harry Potter. Rickman was the sheriff of Nottingham in the... Give me a second here. In the Kevin Costner Robin Hood's movie, which is a terrible movie, but Sheriff of Nottingham does he hams it up. He definitely hams it up. Gary Oldman, like, Gary Oldman's body of work is amazing. He's got a lot of range. He's an actor that's managed to age into a role. Like, not age into a role, but, like, age and continue to be able to do acting. Almost kind of like a more low-key Harrison Ford. Although I would say much better than Harrison Ford. Let's just suck all of this up. Let's stop fiddle fucking around and kill Satan here. Yes, Rickman was Metatron in Dogma. Which, I mean, it's a terrible movie, but it's not his fault. I mean, Tim Roth was really good in Funny Games, but Funny Games is still a terrible movie. It's not his fault. God, Dogma, though, just... I was just thinking about Dogma the other day, and how much I ultimately don't like that movie. He almost got fired because he couldn't do the "I'll cut his heart out with a spoon" line without laughing. I don't know if I could, Panda. There was a poo monster in Dogma, but the poo monster's not a cute poo monster like the ones in Isaac. It's just really gross. It's gross, and it feels like it's gross without any really good payoff. Like, you can do glorpy monsters. Are we gonna... Okay, we didn't get the opportunity. That's good, because I want to. I mean, like, glorpy wet puppet monsters. I picked up the whole, like, wet puppet thing from Scaredy Matt, and I can't stop now. Because I love it. It just sounds like such an absurd thing. Like, but, I mean, you could do it. Like, good wet puppets look really cool. I mean, one of my favorite movies is The Blob 1989, and I will stand by that. I will die on that hill. I think it's a fabulous movie, and it's extremely good practical effects. Looks amazing. Has a good payoff. The Thing, obviously. Prince of Darkness, with, you know, Carpenter's Prince of Darkness. Even I think the FX on, like, Creepshow are a little bit weak in areas, but even those, you got some good effects there. But, like, the poo monster in Dogma is just... It's a poo monster, and it doesn't... There's no, like... It's a bit. I guess that's what I want to say. Is like it is simply, it exists to be a poo monster. Like, Kevin Smith thought that was gonna be, that was knocking it out of the park. That was like, check out this edgy humor on me. I've got a demon made out of poo, and you're like, yeah, okay, it's gross. I mean, yeah. Oh, it's, I mean, for you, as far as movie trivia, I think it really depends on era and genre. Like, there are giant gaps in my movie knowledge. Especially later films, just because I'm in Japan, so a lot of stuff doesn't come over here. And when it does, it tends to come over really, really late, so... I wouldn't put your chances that low, playing a movie trivia with me. Now, if we're talking about zombie movies, then... Okay, maybe we could go toe-to-toe, because I do know more about zombie movies than I really ought to know about zombie movies, but... Otherwise, you know, other genres, things like that. Hive says the best part about Dogma was Kevin Smith protested the movie. Wait, hold on a second. I gotta read this. I need to focus on this for a second. The best part about Dogma was Kevin Smith protested the movie and was interviewed about why people were Oh my god, okay, so that's funny. That guy, I have to give that to Kevin Smith. That's well done. I think Matt Damon was pretty okay in Dogma as well. He played Loki, right? I don't remember who Ben Affleck played, but listen, honestly, the only thing good that Ben Affleck has ever done is Phantoms. Like, that's it. That's his big thing. Jersey Girl's gross. Mallrats. Chasing Amy is a whole lot. Gone Girl, but that's not entirely his fault, but still. I never saw Argo, so it's possible that he's better in Argo than he was in Phantoms, but, you know. Hive says, like, the bit was that it was a poo equivalent of a mandrake, according to some tellings. I mean, okay, you can't see my hands. I'm doing the hand thing. I guess. I suppose. Panda, please, sleep well. Sleep well, have very, very nice streams. To you as well, Hive, thank you both for dropping by. Like I said, we won't be streaming next week at the very least, but I am contactable. You will be able to get in touch with me on the, Discord or DMs or whatever, and that kind of thing. Since we did wrap up the run, I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to get some water into my throat, do a little bit of stretch. I encourage all of you to do your stretching. Get water if you need it. Soup, sandwich, stew, Skittles, as was suggested by Jill last week. I don't know why I cannot seem to do S's tonight. Like, it's like my tongue is dried out or something, and the S's, they just like splinter off. But I will be back in just 5 minutes. polish goes on nails, and then everything else that you touch for the next few minutes. We are back. Let's see. With the Screen 2 update, Hobo dropped one of the strangest lore bits. The child lays the eggs. The grandparent incubates the egg. The egg hatches and becomes the parent, which protects the child and the grandparent. Meaning the child is the oldest, the grandparent's the middle, and the parent is the youngest. That's not confusing at all. But alien life cycles, I mean... This is water, by the way. Before anybody gets worried, the ice finally melted enough that I could actually treat it like water, as opposed to a metal mug that was filled with ice. Which has its benefits, don't get me wrong. This is whiskey, by the way. Just in case you thought that I was trying to gaslight you into saying I wasn't drinking. I totally am. And, This is a no parking sign. It's heavy. It's got heft on it. Like it's not a one-handed weapon. Like you really definitely need to use two hands. I've got it wrapped in bubble tape because I don't want to give the movers tetanus. Because they didn't do anything wrong. They don't deserve to get tetanus. But like it's rusty as fuck. Honestly, like, if I had to swing this around, I would really want to be wearing gloves because I wouldn't want to cut my hand on the jagged rustiness of the actual... You know, I really don't like the word shaft, but I don't think that there's really another word that you could use. The shaft there is... It's pretty sharp. That's my baby. That's my favorite thing that I found this year. Now this is my crowbar, and she's lovely. This is the security blanket that is too heavy for me to actually take around town with me because I would need to carry it in the crowbar. Like it's almost like a sheath, like a scabbard. But you kind of have to do that, or else the police will get kind of titchy with you, and it's really heavy to carry, so I don't take this around with me very much. But I do sleep with it, and I usually have no dreams, to be 100% honest. But the dreams that I have, I don't really have nightmares very much. So, like, you know, this is a buffed crowbar, absolutely. Now, when I am feeling very sketch, and when I'm really nervous about things, because sometimes I do get my brain meats are not always kind to me, but when I do feel that way, this crowbar, it's very small. It's got a nice weight to it, you know, like you could give this a really good swing if you needed to give a really good swing with it. And it fits in my messenger bag, so sometimes I take this around town with me when I'm feeling really worried, and it's very comforting to have on hand. So there you go. I found this crowbar. I did not buy this crowbar. I found this crowbar in the school that I was demolishing. Somebody just left it. Like this perfectly good chunk of metal. It's not great, you know. I mean, really, if you want to use it as a prying tool, this is the shape that you want. Nice 90-degree angle here. You get this part under the nail head, pull it up really, really easily. This part here is you wedge it in between boards. You should get a hammer, pound it down to wedge it between the boards, and then you can pop the board off like a lever. Well, not like a lever, it's exactly a lever. But I made a mistake when I bought this one, and this one is actually just a little bit too big to put in a messenger bag, so I don't usually carry this around. I had a better one that I used at work, and it was a little bit smaller. It was like this sharp bit here was probably here, so like that much shorter. But your girl was kind of silly, and she left it outside on the balcony, and it rusted. And it shouldn't have rusted. You know, like this paint should be, this is treated paint. It's not supposed to rust. But the whole freaking thing rusted. So it's, I mean, you know, I could probably get like sandpaper for metal and probably scrape off the rust and repaint it. I might actually do that because I've got really good memories of that other crowbar. I tore up a lot of floors with that. I mean, it was part of my job. Most folks here know that that was my old job, but in case you're watching on VOD and you don't have any idea who the hell I am, I used to, you know, demolish things as, you know, a living. It was only 8 months. I don't want to grab any glory that I don't deserve, but I did use that other crowbar a lot. I got some really good memories of that one. But this baby, she's a good one. If I need to do that kind of work again, it's nice to have the kind of tools. I've packed all of my tools, but I forgot to pack these because, you know, they're nice to have on hand. But yeah, in case the really is about where I found this one, yeah, this came out of the school. Somebody who had been working, I guess, because I don't think it was from any of the teachers. Can't imagine a school teacher having a crowbar on hand, but I guess some other crew, somebody on another crew was clearing out that room, and either they didn't like their crowbar or they set it down and they forgot it, but I said, well, it's mine now. I like the idea of you having two crowbars, like a legendary swords person who wielded a long sword in one hand and a short sword in the other. I mean, yeah, like, we could do that. See, the problem with the long crowbar is, like, you can't... It's hard to wield one-handed. There were some of the folks that I worked with that they probably could do that, like get a really good swing one-handed with this, but even for them, like generally you'd want like a really good grip on it. I never had the upper body strength to like really do a lot of damage with this. I mostly used it to pry things, but I did know some of the folks that I worked with. Like, you'll get these walls, and I'm trying to think of how to describe it. Like, it's like metal ribbing, and then with like metal bars in between, like that. And then you would put the drywall up on both sides, and then it looks like a regular wall. But they're really fairly thin, because they're only like a little bit thicker than the ribbing itself, like the metal slats that make it up. But they are metal slats, and those are cemented into the ground and into the ceiling parts. And guys that I worked with, they could take like a really good swing and just knock those slats out, like no problem. I tried to do that once. This is kind of embarrassing, but I was working with this dude, and he was a young dude too. Like, I mean, he had like a body, but he wasn't like a built guy, you know. He wasn't stacked, so to speak. He was smaller than me as far as like the height, and I think his shoulders were thinner as well, but like, and he's like banging these things out like no problem, like just boom, knocking these things out of the way. And he's like, you should try, you know, this is part of your job, you should try. And I'm like, yes, I should definitely do that, because I was really excited, because I wanted to learn how to do this, and you know, just to be able to do more stuff on a job site. And I tried it and actually knocked myself over. And the metal slat did not fucking move. Like, didn't move a fucking millimeter. It was just, you know, I did the whole, like, don't know what the fuck I'm doing, like, wind up and swing, and I went, BAM! And knocked the thing, and it was just like, boom, just onto the ground. Me onto the ground. The slat was laughing at me, and this dude that I was working with, he started. I bet there's some kind of technique to it, you know, like you wanna hit it at the right place, or you know, you wanna hit it at the right angle or something. He didn't teach me that, you know. Maybe he just figured I'd pick it up by watching him, but yeah, he was a bit of a douchebag. He was a bit of a douchebag, but it was a funny experience, and now I can laugh at it. I didn't laugh so much about it at the time. I was a little bit salty about that. I'm trying to think if that was before. I think that was after the dormitories that we tore down. Yeah, there was the school, the opticians. The opticians was kind of cool, actually. Most of the stuff was already taken out. There was nothing to salvage from it, but that was kind of cool, because I got to do a lot of scaffold work for that. The school, the opticians, the dormitory for the trucking company, which was really gross. Like, that was I told folks about that last year when it happened, but that was probably one of the grosser experiences that I had. And then the waste treatment facility, where I was down in the pit, and the pit almost caught on fire. That was not so much fun. But I think that's when this particular story was at the waste treatment facility. That was the last place that yeah. That was the last job site that I worked at before I got fired. I got fired because the COVID, you know, came and shut down most of the job sites, and they didn't need as many workers as they had. So, you know, that happens. I do drink water regular. I try to, at least. So being salty is fine. Actually, I got this. This is like at the perfect temperature now, so I might have to actually go and refill it. Because there's just like one big chunk of ice in it now. Oh, this sucks. I can't even suck it up. Give me a bomb so I can suck up that item. Blar! What are these things? They always gotta blar at me. I don't know why. Blar. Money or bomb. Either would be fine. Yes? No? No? That's okay. You know, anytime now. It'd be cool. You know, it feels cruel to give Apollyon items that he can't suck up. Like, that doesn't seem right. That seems just rude, honestly. Now, I know I did pick up a bomb, so we are going to avail ourselves of the item room. Oh, that sucked. Come here, come here, come here, come here. And, oh, nice, we got double bombs. Last restraint thing, and I'll shut up about it for a while. Oh, hold on, let me kill these things, because they're gonna kill me. Fudge, fudge, fudge! Yep, that was me. That was me, totally me. Rusted key is good now, as weird as it sounds. One point, Kronos, please, by all means, if you wanna go on about Risk Brain 2, like, do not worry about that. I love folks sharing things that they're passionate about. I always think it's kind of fun. I certainly go on at long length about the most random shit, so, like, you shouldn't feel bad. Now, I would like to know in what fashion Rusted Key is good, because Rusted Key has always been kind of trash. So I am confused. Blarg, indeed, right? So rude. Blarg. Are there any hearts on the floor? We should avail ourselves of hearts. We only got the one coin. That's kind of trash. Nah. Nah. Alright. Mini Mush? No, not really. TNT is absolute garbage, so we don't want that. Come on, give us something good. That sounds something good. But the tiers up is very good, so we're 100% okay with that. First thing, the lockbox will consume the key, but the item that drops is an 80% chance to be green and a 20% chance to be red. That's actually pretty stellar. Yeah? I'm actually very much looking forward to getting the Risk Brain 2 update on console, and we'll definitely be streaming that when it comes around. Little Horn, you just killed yourself. You played yourself, Little Horn. Plus the key is still a white item, meaning that it's essentially a free green or red item. Yeah, I'm down with that change. Because, like, otherwise, Risk of Rain, Rusty Key, it was only ever something that you, like, would pick up just because you had no other option. Like, you'd just get it because it didn't hurt you. It was just there. The way that it's sounding now that's a pretty powerful deal. Now, we've got the 6 tiers rate, which is wonderful. But we don't have any silver hearts. And we don't have much HP in general, so we're gonna kind of want to be a bit careful here. Now, I don't think we lose the deal with the devil, even if we lose this bone heart, because we're not the Forgotten. And Forgotten's got that, like, little twist to him. Would you just come here? Honestly, the way these things jump around, it's like a bad white rapper song. It is 100% perfectly okay if... Oh, you fucking fuck, I swear to God. If nobody remembers House of Pain, the Irish rappers, well, they were Irish-American rappers. They did a song called Jump Around, and it was just like, it was not good. It was not a good song. There's really no way to get around it. I will grant, you know, I don't have, like, a super good musical ear. I like music, but I'm not... There are better scholars of music just in this very chat, although I think because Hive has gone to sleep and Ludo is doing stuff, but Ludo and Hive, like, if you want to know music, if you poke either of them, they'll be able to tell you. But even to my untrained ear, House of Pain was kind of trash, and Jump Around was not a very good song. I think I'm okay in saying that. I don't think I'm... It's not a hot take. It's just a cold fact. But now the song is in my fucking head. This is unfair. This is totally unfair. It's my own fault. I did it to myself, but... Oh, you bastard. You absolute... Just trash tier boss. All bosses are bastards. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't really that much of a roast, though. If you heard the song, you would agree. It's not good. It's very much white people rap. See? For you agrees to me. Now, it's not to say it's impossible for white folks to rap. I mean, it's a musical style. That would be just as shitty as saying that black folks couldn't do heavy metal, which is obviously not the case. See, for example, Body Count, which was headed by Ice-T. Oh God, are we gonna do this? Is this what we want to do? Is this really what we want to do? Fuck it, yes, of course, yes it is. I don't think that this was the jam. I don't think this was the jam. I also think that Body Count deserved a little bit more recognition than they got. I don't think Body Count was a great band, but they weren't a bad band by any means. And it feels like there was some early buzz for Body Count. Because Ice-T, of course, already by that point had a name for himself, and the slightly shittier reason of just there aren't really very many mainstream. Hi, Brain Meats. Anytime now, Brain Meats. There aren't like a lot of mainstream black-fronted heavy metal bands. But it just feels like they kind of got ultimately shit on. Like, they disappeared really, really quick. Oh, wait, well, hold on a second. Really? I haven't followed Alice in Chains since, Lane Stanley died? But... do they have... like... hold on, I'm trying to remember here, because... the last... Alice in Chains album that I had was the one that had Jar of Flies on it, which is an amazing album. And I think that might have been released like right before Lane Stanley died, or either a little bit after, depending on what the production time was. Did they had a black lead singer? 'Cause that's pretty fucking cool. One makes you larger? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And as far as for Seven Dust, I remember the name Seven Dust. I remember exactly zero of what they produced. Like, I don't have any memory of what songs they did. There's a pretty, like, there's a pretty big chunk of mid-90s to early 2000s bands that I remember existing as bands, but I just don't, I could not tell you a single song that they did. Like Hoobastank. Hoobastank is like, is a long-running joke because, when I first streamed Resident Evil 6, and for some reason I got it in my brain that Ustank, the big monster that it's not Umbrella, but whoever the bad guys are made, I thought his name was Hoobastank, and we ran with it. But if you asked me to name a single Hoobastank song, I could not do this thing. Chrono says the update added a boss item where you get a pair of floating spherical buddies. Yes, I could play the evil dude from Phantasm, which I think that we all want to do. Ladies in funeral suits, it's a look. It's a total look. I'm not really tall enough to cosplay the tall man, but yeah, I could give a go at it. This sucks. This whole run is just trash. This is a trash run. It's being played by a trash girl. Fuck. What is any of this? Why? What? You've given me a piece of paper that I can't pick up? How does that even make sense? Game, what are you doing? Ladies can rock practically any outfit to the point it feels almost like cheating. You know, it's I don't think that it's like a lady-only superpower. But now I realize I have no backup for that, so I'm gonna just leave it there. Too bad Hades isn't PlayStation. If you, I feel you would really like it. Everything I've seen about Hades, Claire, just screams to me like this is a game that would be my jam. The only thing that worries me about Hades, just personally, is that it's pretty zippy. And I could see it being a little bit hard for me to track everything at once. Just because, like, runs look like they have a lot going on. Oh god, we're doing terrible. We are so gonna die. But I super want to play it. And I'm very excited for when it finally does get around to consoles. Whenever the hell that's gonna be. You can take your time with them until you get the hang of it. That's good to know. Like, that you don't get thrown just directly into the deep end and be like, get good, kid. Because games like that I really struggle with. But it looks so neat. Oh, fuck me. Fine, be that way. I'm gonna top off my water glass here for a second. I'll be back in like 3 minutes. That was a shameful loss. That was just, I should just wipe the salt off. There it goes. Goodbye, salt. Not salty. Not salty at all. Oh, this was a poodle. This was a total poodle. We should have won that run. Like, D4 should have eventually pulled us into something good. But we weren't able to use the void very well early on. So we didn't have a buffer of stats from the void. So when we got into the D4, and we ended up, like, rolling out our tier stat, which did not help at all. And we ended up losing the damage stat because we re-rolled the synth oil. And so basically, we were kind of screwed. But I also played badly. Like, the damage I took there was just not... Even that last piece of damage, that was avoidable. That was totally avoidable. Claire says, dying is part of the story. You have to die to get back to base and level up as Zag's base stats, so not finishing a run doesn't feel bad. That's a really interesting way to do that. I like that. That incorporating... I mean, it is, okay, incorporating failure into the game so that even when you fail, that you are still making some sort of progress in the game. Isaac does that a little bit. I mean, to an extent, Isaac manages that because there are a lot of unlocks you can get in Isaac that are not dependent upon actually clearing the run. And there's some unlocks you can get at Isaac that actually build up over runs. So, like getting Counterfeit Petty, you have to play